Hi everyone, my name's Britney. I'm 14 years old. I'm from a wealthy family. My mom and dad are successful people. They work for large companies. They never had time for me, so they hired a babysitter. Later, when I joined an elementary school, my parents enrolled me in various clubs, athletics, gymnastics, and so on. They wanted me to become a famous athlete. I think I never had any time for myself. My day used to begin with studies, then I had to attend extracurricular activities, go home, eat, tell my parents about my day, and go to bed. It was like a vicious circle. Mom and Dad placed a special focus on gymnastics. They wanted me to participate in Olympic Games and won awards and medals. I blindly followed my parents' instructions, thinking it was my calling. However, I didn't enjoy it. But it didn't bother me at first. When I became a teenager, I asked myself whether I should continue doing it. Do I really have to become a star? Who am I living for? For myself or for my parents? I was afraid to upset Mom and Dad by saying that I would not be what they want. I tried to get rid of these thoughts, but I no longer tried as hard in my classes as before. I felt more and more disgusted with gymnastics. After all, I could be spending all this time on myself. I could draw. I like it a lot. Whenever I have time or get too emotional, I draw to calm down and relax. I do it during breaks at school, at home before bedtime. I try to spend as much time as I can drawing, but there isn't simply enough time. My biggest dream was to spend all my time outside of school. I liked watching landscapes, sunsets, and sunrises. I wanted to capture them on canvas, so that no one was against it. Moreover, some support from close people would be a good thing. But all this seemed unreal. Mom and Dad were obsessed with power and popularity. And I want a quiet and slow-paced life. I was sick of all this. When I went to school the next day, I looked at my classmates from a different perspective. I've known them for a long time, and every one of them had a hobby. Everyone was passionate about something and did it for pleasure. But I couldn't do it. I got angry. I could no longer live the life other people want for me, even if they are my family. On that day, I didn't go to my classes after school. I stayed home trying to find the right words. I felt very scary and embarrassing. I skipped classes for the first time in my life. I couldn't wait to talk to my mom and dad. At night, when I finally pulled my wits together, I told my parents everything that I had on my mind. They got mad. They tried to convince me that all this was for my own good. However, how can this be good if it didn't touch me? They said that I didn't understand how things worked, and that my poems were nothing but a pitiful waste of time, not a hobby. This upset me. I stormed to my room, locked them inside, and started to cry. I don't know anything about my parents' further reaction. I didn't care. After that conversation, I continued my gymnastic classes and won medals. Mom and Dad were proud of me. But I was still feeling awful. I was the most athletic girl at school, and many students respected me for my achievements. Some were even afraid of me. Gradually, I became popular and I liked it. That made me work even harder and seek new achievements. I set goals and achieved them. I became confident and brisk. I've gone as far as to the World Cup. That was my main goal. Once I take the first place, my parents will be happy. I was 100% ready. My fans were sure that I would win. But when I started doing an exercise, I took a wrong step and fell to my feet. Doctors quickly ran up to me and took me to the hospital. When I woke up, they told me that I could no longer walk. I became disabled. Parents were ashamed of what they did, but it didn't bring me peace. The only thing that did was my hobby. I had plenty of time to draw. That was wonderful! Mom and Dad understood they were wrong and now do all it takes to support my every endeavor. I am glad that they understand me now. My parents know that the family should go first. I hope they'll never forget that. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share your hobby in the comments.